Hey everyone, Indy's here. Just to let you know that I did attend IndyFurCon last month. It was a blast. I got to wear my partial suit, saw some other fursuiters, met my idol, rode my dream pool toy, which my own is on the way, and I got to have a gym session. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos about going around the con, but actually filmed myself hosting a panel about making animation discussion. I did not rehearse much, but it did go well. The room has filled up, and it was fun to host this. I also unfortunately didn't film the whole thing, and the camera angle wasn't right, but it was my first panel I ever hosted. Without further ado, enjoy this video. Hello everyone, this is IndieTimber, and welcome to the YouTube animation. And I was going to let you know, this is my first time hosting a panel at the convention, and I something to have some talking problem. If you know what's a YouTube animation, that make animation on YouTube, we usually do like at home or sometime at the studio. And something we can come up with anything what we like. So we have range for like parodies, original, or and also music videos. But I know the most popular is parodies. It's because we're familiar with those franchises on games, movies, and shows, stuff like that. Or even satires about companies and like that. And sometimes we can come up with your own story, just to be like, matches a story, or sometimes just want to be weird. Or it can be a little extreme, or edgy, stuff like that. So that you know, since I'm IndieTimber, I have a YouTube channel called IndieTimber Studio. And the things I'm really well known is, if Foxy was a phone guy, I'm actually made like handful of fun parodies, but there's like a full version, but I'll probably take a little time, but I'm just gonna show one episode. Well, I'm gonna play the whole thing because this is more polished, but I'm just gonna play one episode. Hello, everyone. How's IndyFurCon?
Good.
Yep, this is my first time actually in a furry con. It was like, I know about the furry for a long time, but I actually finally got a chance to go there and also get to host. And this one I'm talking about is YouTube animations. Like we make animations at home or sometime in studios. And sometimes we have a range for like original music videos and parodies. And the thing is, most popular is parodies because we're familiar with movies, shows, and video games. Or even companies that have a questionable business practice. If you don't know who's IndieTimber, this is I have a YouTube channel called IndieTimber Studio. And I have like almost 50,000 subscribers. And I am really well known as If Foxy Was a Phone Guy. But this video takes about 12 minutes, but I decided to just play one episode because this video is polished. Well, that's the one episode. There's actually more of them, but I just want to make this presentation like sweet as possible and short. So if you want to continue to watch this one, you can go ahead watch it on my YouTube channel. So it's IndieTimber Studio. So this one's the more like well polished animation, and that's how I make it. So right now I am going to show you like how I make them. But this one I'm currently working on Beastar parody. When I start watching that series, it's like, what if I make a parody, but even more weirder, like a weird side? And you'll probably ignore all these uncropped areas because it's just more like, that's how I process to make animation.
Thank you for helping out with the garden, Legoshi.
Hey, it's no problem, I guess.
Legoshi, do you want to go to the hut with me?
Here's your chance. This is your time to confess your feelings. Sure?
I'm not going to show more of it because it might be spoiler. Because I really don't want to like ruin the surprise. So, if you see right here when he's like start talking,
Sure.
and he doesn't talk at all, it's because it's not finished yet. And this one I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to do it. The one thing I was doing, this software is called Animate, which was Flash, but which the computer no longer support Flash anymore. So now it's called Animate. That's how I start making animation. And this thing is like a drawing tablet, and this one's I usually called Wacom. It's like $90, and I would really want a pen touch only, because I don't want to like have my palm hand to like mess around while I was drawing, because I rest my arm like this, so it actually moves. But if I use my fingers, it doesn't move. That's what I really wanted. So let's begin. Now we have the symbol. That's where we see the Legoshi head. And then when Legoshi's like, sure. When you say sure, that's where I'm going to start animation. Okay. So now how we're going to do is I don't want to have Legoshi just where like stay in this head pose like that. I just want to turn his head and say, sure. Or instead like, sure. It's kind of more like not very expressive. So I do have a sketch background, and the disadvantage about if you have like different layers, it actually locks when you click on the wrong layer. So the layer that you need to do is to click this one right here, and you got to select tool. I really want just the head. Now it's selected. Control C, copy. Now unhide this. Go ahead, and there's an audio right here that you can hear. See where it moves. And if you move around, you know that you said if you hide this one, you don't see it. But if you hide the audio, you cannot hear it. So I have to turn it back on. If you do move around, you can kind of hear the voice a little like that. This is where you can do lip sync. And if you move around here, you don't hear it. He said sure, and he's like, heard a little sh sound. There's a This is what I want to aim for. So its keyframe is 131. That's where I'm at. Right here in the head. I'm going to do. There's a thing called symbol. This is where you can have like just a head that actually moves. And this I'm going to do two different kind of heads. One facing that way. Go ahead and click right over here, and this will delete. Whoa. Sometimes if you're doing anime, you kind of don't know what just actually happened. It's like there's a trial and error and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add the turning head. So I'm going to go ahead, and there's a thing called onion, which means they show some layers. Or is it like the previous or the next layer? The blue one means it was like the previous one. The green one means the next layer, but they don't have any green one. So I'm going to go ahead, move this head right over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the onion. And if I know, just like I said, I see those eyes right here, I probably need to get rid of them. I'm going to go ahead and hide this. Aha! I know something's a little bit off. So where did this eye came from? Ah! I see the problem. Now I see the problem. I think I may have accidentally forgot to get rid of all these layers. They're all empty. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Then I'll do the layers. Oh, there it is. There's no eyes right here. This one's, just like I said, it does take trial and error. So I'm going to go ahead and draw his head. So I'm going to go ahead to create a symbol. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to call it, you have to at least name different kind of names, because if you take the same name, they won't allow it. So I'm going to say, call it Sure Head. We do all have those, we come up with the silly names, but it helps it to memorize what we're working on. Go ahead, create a symbol. And finally, but the thing is, before I go ahead with the symbol, I'm going to copy this layer and then double hit click. And here's that new layer from Sketch. But now I need to put this right here. Insert frame. Okay, we got it.
Sure.
Okay, I got this layer ready. Now it's time to draw. So we have the sketch right here. Sometimes it doesn't look perfect, or sometimes it looks okay, or you can draw better than, and you can use this one. You can draw something a little better than that. So we're gonna do like layer to layer because this is like a digital animation. I know some animators usually like draw one layer of everything, so you can draw multiple times. Like you see, kind of like Has Been Hotel, or stuff like Steven Universe, or any of those modern cartoons where you just do like everything hand drawn. But the tween animation, we just draw like multiple of them. But sometimes some people don't like it because it's not the animation you used to grow up with. So go ahead and draw the line. Let's make sure. I'm gonna go to line thickness number 8. Okay, let's begin to draw. First we're going to draw is its head. And I know it's not perfect. See the little squiggly line here? That's a little bit not really good. So sometimes we have too many dots, that may be a little bit complicated. And here's what these extra lines. You can delete these. There's a pointy line. I just want it more like smooth around. And amazing for these kind of lines, I can actually just adjust it and makes it a little bit appealing. Well, that's all the footage I can film. After that, I took a break from the halfway point and began to open up some Q&As. Then I went back on work on my animated project. Everyone applauded and some talked to me afterwards, and I had to pack it before I participate in the closing ceremony. Since I just hosted my first panel, what are my final thoughts? It was actually fun. The audience actually liked it. The things I need to work on is that I need to know when the panel actually starts because cons tend to delay. I still have to work on my speech because I tend to stutter, so I had to trim the video clip just to try not to get irritable. What should I record in the future? I should press the camera on again because cons may not record the footage while they're streaming. I should change the camera angle just to get the projector screen shown, or just screen record it just to have a better quality. Since I have experience in recording engineering, I could bring my own mic and a mixer so I could record my voices just to get a better sound. Will I do this again? Yes. Since I already mentioned that it was fun and the crowd was full, I'm also planning to host a panel like this, which will take place in a Quantifur and Midwest Fur Fest, but I have to wait until I get accepted. If not, I can still attend these cons as a regular attendee, but I will film the rest of the con experience I will be having. If you have anything else needs to be improved, send me your feedbacks in the comments section, and I will remember these in the future. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.